R320. AC condenser leak. The AC condenser was leaking, and I did verify that by using the sniffer test tool. All right, this has been quite an adventure for me, but yeah, I was able to get it done. So basically, there isn't too many of these cars on the road. This one's got 390,000 kilometers on it, owned for 13 years now, self-maintained. Yeah, so kind of battle a few things with it, so I'm kind of familiar with this car. Okay, yeah, well, this is a shot of after condensers out, but I just want to quickly point out a few things for somebody that is going to be doing the same job. Okay, bumper is intact, right? Bumper is totally intact. I just didn't want to take the bumper off. So, well, first thing that I will advise is, because you're going to be going under the car quite often, sit it on a ramp. Put the vehicle on the ramp, and you can just stay there for as long as for you to go through the entire process. You're going to be going down to take out some bolts, take the lower cover off. Okay, so when you start, first thing that you're going to need to do is you remove this top cover. While you were doing that, this bracket is going to be in the way. You're going to take that off as well. And next, well, mine, it's got everything in front of the condenser. Now you're looking at the radiator. Condenser's out in pieces. I will explain why in pieces after. You can see it cut off before I took it out. So yeah, mine had it's got the air charge cooler sitting in front of it. That's held by this clip, and it goes in here, held by these two clips at the top. It hangs under, and then it slides into this clip here to lock it in place. It's almost like a hanging kind of motion. And this is in front of it as well too. Transmission cooler is in front of it. My climate, it's got a bit of rust. Okay, so you take the cover off, you take the transmission cooler, no, the air charge cooler, take that off. You're probably going to need a second helper because of the clip. That clip, the locking device slides in here, and you need to pry up both sides simultaneously for it to come up. And when you do that, you free it, and then you can slide it down and take it off. Obviously, before you do that, you disconnect the air in and the air out on the other side. Okay, and that's where you will find, after you've done that, there's going to be two clips here. No, before you get to this one, this took me a bit of time. That's when you get under the car. You go under the car to two bolts. It's holding this cowl or rubber or some kind of thing, like a guide. You'll be in the way. So a bolt on the left and a bolt on the right. You have to take those off. If you cannot undo those bolts, you're not going to be able to get the condenser out. But 10 socket and T25, it's all you're gonna need today to do most of this job. But to go under, it's a tight space. to go and take this off, you're gonna need a socket flex combination tool. A 10, a 5/8 will be reasonable for the size of the area. You're gonna need that for sure. One side came off easy. The second side did not come off. It was just spinning. I mean, that should be expected in this vehicle, almost 20 years old. This is a 2009. So that's when I got the axle and my cutting tools out. The oscillating tool, it's a dynamic tool. It does everything. So I had to go in and just cut out the rubber, cut around it, and after which I got more space and I was able to then remove that bracket. No, not even a bracket. I was able to move this out of the way. Because if you don't move this out of the way, on this side, there's a bottom bolt holding this at the bottom that the plastic rubber will be in front of it, giving you a headache. And you need these to be able to flex. You don't have to totally disconnect it. You just need to remove the bracket that is holding it. Remove the bracket that's holding it so that you can have that flex to be able to wiggle it around. And then I was able to move this out of the way, to slide this off. But to do that first, I was trying to just get this thing off, so I decided to cut a few of the pipe to get some clearance, but that still did not work before I cut out that bolt. And as I said, it would be difficult without completely taking this off. You might be lucky and it might come off on yours easy. You just need to be patient. And so when you get under the car, okay, you're going to find your it's gonna be sitting up like this under the, okay, this way. Yeah, it's gonna be sitting up this way, right? I advise when you disconnect there's gonna be a nut here. It's a 10 as well. Just put your tool in there and undo the nut. Don't take this off yet, because you're gonna need that to hold it in place while you're pulling off the AC line on the car side. And after you've done that successfully, you can then take off this bolt, take off, yeah, the bolt, and after which you can try to move the condenser out of the front. There are two tabs that is just holding it. This is just going to slide down into a slot. You see it down there. When you take it off, and these two tabs is what you push in and then pull it towards yourself, and it releases, and then you lift out. You just kind of work it out, and then it should come up. But so say this, you can see the sign, that's the link there. This can be totally done without taking the bumper off. The only advantage that I see here, if you take the bumper off, is the two bolts that I tell you that you need to take off. You might have I'm not sure, because I didn't take my bumper off, you might have a straight shot from the front to actually undo them. Aside from that, taking the bumper off does not create any extra space. As you can see, I don't see why you want this. You can take this off after if you want, because the bar is on the way. So I'm not sure how much extra space. You're not going to get any extra space. You might get that direct shot to that bolt that I was talking about, and that's about it. So yeah, good luck. I just took my time sitting on sitting on the ramp. I mean, I had one of the plastic brackets here that the bolt will not come off. That took me a while. I was going to replace these lines because they all look rusted, but again, I find they're still solid. All this water that you're seeing is, I mean, after taking the condenser off, I just thought it was just it's a good time to just kind of rinse down the radiator. That's why it's all wet. So I did that. Again, guys, this can be done. Don't be afraid. You're gonna. It's a very doable. All right. Yeah. So the tab. This is the key too. There's another key too. The tab to release this. It's on the charge pipe side that needs to be pushed in. It's on the charge pipe side that needs to be pushed in. It's a push from the bottom. It's a push from the bottom. So on my model, I had a space on this side to lift the tab, and I unlocked one side first, and I had someone hold this one side here. But on the opposite side, you can see this is wider. So I had to go from front. No, I didn't even have the space. I didn't have the room because this was in the way at that time. So I was just able, right on the tab itself from the bottom, I was able to just lift it up with a screwdriver and popped it off. You're gonna need a helper to get the charge off, the charge pipe off. But if yours doesn't have a charge pipe or a transmission cooler in front of it, it's just easy peasy for you. But I had to go through those two things to get my condenser off, and I am replacing the two O-rings on the AC lines, and I'm gonna pop this in. The system was totally empty at that time. Before I started doing this, there was nothing in it. Nothing came out. It was completely empty. So, all right, you guys, if you still have your R, I don't know how long I'm gonna keep this on the road for, but it runs smooth as anything. As I said, it's a self-service. I just did a lot of the work and maintenance myself. So, all right, good luck, guys. If you have any questions, you can post it, and I will try to help as much as I can. All right, take care. Good luck. Okay, guys, so just to quickly, sometimes it's just better to show guys exactly what's happening. The tabs on the charge cooler that I mentioned, see, so you have to find a way to compress that out to be able to pull it out. And those are the two hooks at the top that goes into the radiator bracket side. On this side as well, you have to find a way. But at least now you can tell that these are compressible kind of plastic that needs to be released. Right. Hello guys, so this is the view with the new condenser in. Transmission cooler still intact. See? So the only trick that I used was just remember how it came out. So if whatever angle you were able to get it off, just try putting it back using the same angle. So basically, for me, I had the the right side, driver's side tilted up on an angle, and I dropped the passenger side, the left side, in first, and was able to clear the dryer. Dryer was able to fit into the spot, and then just wiggle, 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 work your way, find the opening, and drop it. Sits in the key at the bottom there, nice and seated on both sides. The locking tab in, that's just the release tab to take it off. If you squeeze this and it just pops forward, you see, has a release tab to take it off, and it just snaps back in place. All right, now it's just doing the reverse. See you guys later. All right, so I'm back, and just gonna go try to show you guys the AC line connection under. I'm gonna go under the car and I'll try to get a view of it as much as I can. And for this job as well too, if you can get your hands on a ratchet wrench 10, will surely make some of this task a lot easier. Because I wouldn't say most of it, but some of the bolts on and nuts that you are going to be removing can be in a very tight spot. Water still dripping from her. So that's my AC line. I just kind of have it covered, bending AC line to the car. Yeah, it's still dripping. So that's the bolt that came out of that. That's what's holding the condenser bracket to the radiator, I believe. I'm just trying to do this with one hand while making this video. But this is all doable. Just take your time. And again, that ratcheting wrench will really help in this case to get this off. You can get it off with you will find a hard time getting the socket in there. And you can use a wrench too, but it will just be easier with a ratcheting wrench. All right, I'm going to use two hands to complete this task, and we'll see you guys later. Yeah, so guys, I just finished. I had that bolted down. That's the bolt right there. That hold the condenser to, I believe, the radiator. Again, this was made easy using a flex ratchet 10. So it allows for ease of taking this off and putting it back on. Right now I'm going to just put in the lines. The lines after they're in, I had replaced the O-rings around them. This is the nuts. It's a 10 as well. Now you're going to bolt on from the back. Bolt in from the back. And I use a deep 10. It's not a deep 10. Was what I use. A deep 10. All right. So I'll be right back. Okay. So when this goes in place, two lines will go in. One at the top, one at the bottom, just like that. See? and the snap in place. Sure everything is nice and snug. And then you can just use the nut on the other side to secure it. Your AC condenser is secured. I'm gonna do this and I'll be back. Alright guys, I'm back. So right now the air charge cooler is going to be going in. Just want to point out, well, it's going in the same way it came out. I just follow that principle. If it comes out one way, it's going to go back the same way. That is the top hook that I was pointing out earlier, and that is what's going to be hooked to it on the charge air cooler. So basically what it is I'm trying to do this with one hand. If you see it right now, it's in place, and I'm going to set this side as well. That side just goes in, and all I need to just do right now is to just push the bottom side, and then the pin locks in. It locks in place. Yeah, right there. Yeah, see it out. If I push, you see the air charge looks like it's an angle, so it's just waiting for me to push it in. But before I do that, I just want to make sure everything is proper, because it's a little tricky getting it out. All right, okay, all right. I'll keep putting this back together. Okay, condenser's in, transmission cooler's back in place, and now the air charge. Yeah, lucky me, everything is just stacked on this motor. All right, later. All right guys, again, the charge air cooler, the top hook is in place here. Top hook is in place there. The charge inlet hose is partially on the side, just to make sure it's nicely lined up. And I'm just gonna lock it in place now. All right. There's the charge air cooler in, fully secured. Hoses, pipes, all snapped in place, all secured, snug, tight. And keep going. You guys can do this. Quick update, guys. The top bracket is in place. The hood latch release cable that runs at the bottom of here hooks up to this one here. You disconnect it to be able to swing it off for the repair. The front bracket is in place. I just need to bolt everything back on. Just double check, make sure your radiator is sitting under here, nice and secure on both ends. Snaps in when you put it on. Just gonna snug this up and tidy it all up. All right, see you guys later. Alright guys, so to round this up, I got all the bolts on. Of course, the grill is the last part of the installation to conclude this. Everything is back nice and positioned. The air intake for the filter, that's going to be connected on the inside. It's all snugged up. The cable is in. This rubber here just slides in place. Just to finish this off. You know, I just took my time. It's taking a few days. I just go as at my own pace. But really, it's not a difficult swap. Just gotta be. But to finally finish off, a few things, of course, that didn't make it back onto the car. was telling you guys about cutting a piece, the bolt that just kept spinning for the rubber liner inside the front of the condenser, the right side. I had to cut it out. Of course, that's not going back in there the way it is. And on the opposite side, the one that came out, the way it's seated and the way it's held up at the top, I won't be putting this back in. There's no need to actually do that and put it back.